Good afternoon to people in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Sydney. And good morning to people in London, Paris, and Milan. Welcome to Finance Mandarin's live event. I am Tara. First of all, I thank you all for joining us from different parts of the world. In today's event, we are going to present 6 practical tips to rock your job interview in English and Chinese. Whether you are looking for a job in the capital market or if you are dealing business with China, these tips will boost your business English and Mandarin communication skills to help you land your dream job and close your business deals. Your master coach today is Vienne Lee, the CEO of Finance Mandarin. Vienne has over 20 years of experience coaching CEOs, investment professionals, and lawyers from the buy side to the sell side of the capital market. Let's welcome Vienne to say hi to us.
Hi, good afternoon. Nice to see all our Finance Mandarin alumni and our friends to join the event today. Rock your interview in Finance Mandarin. Hope to talk to you more and share our insights and help you to success.
Thank you, Vienne. Next, we have John Ahern, the Managing Director of Finance English and also the COO of Finance Mandarin. John has over 15 years of experience coaching executive and communication, covering topics including green finance, ESG, and risk management. He develops a learning management system with AI teachers and conducts English interviews and assessment metrics for banking, insurance, and asset management. So John, would you like to say hi to us?
Hi, welcome everybody to join us this afternoon. Happy to be here to share some insights.
Thank you, John. Now, without further ado, I will pass the time with Vienne to show you the practical tips for your job. Vienne, the stage is yours.
Excellent. Welcome all our friends. A lot of people already know Finance Mandarin, especially in the capital market, including both the sell side and buy side. Today, I would like to share with our successful story with how can we help people like you in the capital market to succeed in next job interviews. So what we're going to do is to share with you some successful cases and particularly summarize 3 important questions. How can you tackle that in Chinese? How can we differentiate for others? Mainly, we coach you to do job interview in Mandarin Chinese. This is our major differentiations. People are non-native Mandarin speaker come to us to prepare for the job interview in Mandarin Chinese because they are mainly from asset management, investment banking, consultancies, government regulators, and even the recruitment agency, the head would like to join with us. So today I'm so happy to also invite our best partner, John Ahern, the Managing Director from Finance English, to join with us to share with you. So John, do you have any particular thing that you'd like to start for this first?
Happy to be here today, and it's very interesting, the parallels between Finance English and Finance Mandarin. I know, Vienne, you're teaching people in the capital market and coaching them for interviews, for Mandarin speaking interviews. And on my side, we are coaching people to work in the capital markets, but for English speaking interviews. And I guess the common thing is that it's an interview not in your first language, which makes it quite difficult. So there's certainly some difference between our 2 services here, but it's also very interesting how they're very, very similar. You know, the thinking behind the answer is the same. You need to give a clear answer. It doesn't matter which channel it's in. So happy to hear your success cases, Vienne, and we'll share some of our secret sauce a little bit later on.
Very good. Tara, let's keep it here. That's the thing we want to show who are our clients, our target client. I welcome again for those all registered for today. And those are all the people that we send out invitation because this event, particularly for joining us, is by invitation. As I mentioned about that, if you're working in investment bank, consultancies, insurance, finance associations, and finance regulators, you are our target clients. We select our clients because we want to make sure 100% student satisfaction and engagement. So this is our unique strength. We want to help you to land in a job that you want to. People who are bilingual, bicultures, and also you want to join a company, they have heavy and getting bigger investment portfolio in China. So if you're non-native Chinese speaker, join with us. And also, if you are native Mandarin speaker and also can join our Finance English for your interview preparation. So we'll work hand in hand to give you the comprehensive one-stop services to help you land in your dream job. So let's start with our case studies. So again, I welcome all of you. If you joined just right now, let me introduce you and welcome you again to join Finance Mandarin. We specialize in coaching executive in the capital market to speak Chinese with confidence, understand the China market knowledge so that you can build trust with your Chinese stakeholders. Every day, I have more and more students come to us to prepare for the job interview. We are all book solid. So today we want to share with you how can you use the minimum cost investment, enjoy our 20 years experience, expertise to coaching executive to prepare for a job interview, whether in private banking, for asset management, for investment banking, trading, bonds, security trading, and as a consultant or a sales director. Here, what we want to share with you. So I'm going to share with you when those students come to us before training and after training, and what could they do much better. So let's go to the first question. A lot of people, we always ask for this one. They say they need to prepare. Tell me something about yourself. You think, oh, okay, if I'm speaking in my mother tongue, I can tell a lot. But when students come to us, we ask them, okay, this is your Chinese level, all right? Either level 1, level 2, or level 3. Normally, they would tell us something like that. If they say, let's say in English, that would say, yes, my name is David Chen, and I am working for Citigroup, and my hobby is hiking or swimming. So when they speak in Chinese, that will be 我叫陈大为，我在纽约的花旗银行工作，我喜欢爬山和游泳。That's stop. Because maybe that's your Chinese level at this moment, but actually it's not. It's just because only thing that you get used to say is the basic like this. Think about that. If you talk in English, perhaps you will say more about like, thank you for giving me opportunity to hear, and what I'm going to say more and more. Okay, you even can say that in English a lot more about something about yourself. But I would like to ask you to think about it, this new methodology, thinking about, can you mention about your achievement in the past and your leadership or team working style, and also your forward thinking? So if you're working in a current in an investment bank, but you from a sell side, you want to move and transfer to a buy side. From Citigroup, let's move to Blackstone. So how can you prepare for that? So when you say, tell me something about yourself, is actually what would prepare you to do is write down some achievement, your leadership, how can you work with your team, and what are you thinking about the industry, the trend, investment trend in the coming 3 to 5 years. What would prepare you in Chinese? You write down your achievement. Let's say you have the AUM that you have done, the target portfolio that you have achieved, that's including a lot of practice in million, trillions, and different kind of AUM, the portfolio allocation will help you to prepare the language, and then you say it with your own experience. Go to the leadership. If you are promoted from analyst to senior associate to VP, and then director, or even managing director, and then what's your leadership skill that you can demonstrate to your future company? What kind of culture they emphasize on? And then how can you say it in Chinese? Because Chinese cultural emphasize perhaps slightly different from the Western culture. So how can you be yourself, but still can show that you're working as a team? And how can you lead your team or work as a peer, as a team to successfully land in a project? The final one, forward thinking. If you are from a Citigroup to Blackstone, and then how can you thinking about the forward thinking? What are the industry in the coming future, especially in China, the asset management, the alternative investment? What are the trends? What are the regulators, new policy? And what are the constraints? Can you think about yourself? What kind of benefit that you can bring to the company? So tell me something about yourself. It's not yourself first. Thinking about the company, what they're expecting. And then you tailor-make that something is truly about you to extract those major points and then tell to your employee. So this is something, tell me something about yourself. How can we prepare you? Number one, for the mentality. Number two, prepare for the vocabulary that you use in Chinese. And then we'll prepare to help you how to present it. Say the word correctly, with confidence, and be yourself. And then this is the way we prepare you for this first question. Of course, we have 60 questions in our program here. You can ask any question and prepare for yourself. Today, I'm just showing you the first one, talking about, tell me something about yourself. John, do you have anything to add here?
Very interesting, Vienne. The preparation and the answer and the thinking and the message during a job interview is probably the most important part. The last thing is the execution of that message, and that's the channel or the language. So if it's in your mother tongue, if your mother tongue is Mandarin and you're in the Mandarin interview, okay, it's pretty easy. You can do that naturally. But if it's not your mother tongue, then you do need to practice the execution of the message. But one of your main points there, Vienne, was first, get the message right.
Precisely. So we always listen to our students, what exactly is in their mind. And our trainer is bilingual and bicultures. So we can hear exactly what you want to say. And then we can help you to explain that in Chinese, which is culturally fit to the listeners who are going
Especially,
to
I like the examples you gave, Vienne. Have you got another example, or maybe another question, another tough question? And give us an example, give us a before and after example.
Yes, so this one is talking about before, that you're only talking about your hiking and swimming hobbies. And then we can bring it to the more talking about yourself, your achievement, the AUM and that you have achieved, and the leadership, what kind of that you train up your junior, and how can you lead them to success? If we know that if you don't train up your staff, you won't get a chance to be promoted. I have more example to show for the next tough question. But forward thinking, you must think about it, because this is show whether you have the mission, whether you're thinking about ahead and long term. Let's go tackle for the second question then, Tara. The second one, why do you want to leave your current job? A lot of students are very honest to tell me, I want 30% salary jump. Okay, well, this is reality. Everybody know that. It all depends on the market demand and supply. And then how skillful or how desirable is your skill in the job market. That's take guarantee for that. But if you want to add more, something that you also want to share, then I would like to give you this formula. We're talking about, in English, is like we're looking at your past, your current and futures. So showing what you have achieved, accumulate in the past. So showing currently that what you have achieved, so that you have to build up your credential, which you can transfer in this new job. That is a skill transfer for the future, that you can bring the benefit and the value to the company. So in Chinese, some student can really say something like that. They will have past, 昨天, current, 今天, future, 明天. That can only say, 今天我在汇丰银行工作。以前我在汇丰工作了5年，我有5年的工作经验，所以未来我想去摩根大通工作，因为摩根大通的待遇前景更好。So coming back to English, that simple wording, that's something you might say. Currently, I'm working for HSBC for a couple of years. I accumulate quite a lot of good example, a good clientele, and I want to align my future. Then I think JP Morgan offer me a better future, and then so I would like to join. So this is in English, pretty well said. But again, we're coming back to the thing is like, what can you bring to the company? This is a mission. You must thinking about that. So what we want to write down for you to listen to English first, we want to get the right part. If you, even in English, that you need to polish that first, we also think about in a way to help you. First, thinking about clearly, if this is exactly what to say, then say that in Chinese. Because sometimes in Finance Mandarin, in a job interview, you might lack of vocabularies and sometimes a lack of the logical thinking. So we'll all come back to your mind first. Is that in English, your mother tongue, you didn't clarify or the skill first. Otherwise, we can't just give you the wording, translate from something not exactly what you say. So I don't suggest that you write in English and then we translate that back to Chinese for you. So we first understand what exactly you would like to say in English, that part first. So if you're coming back here in Chinese, you can think about that. 过去你累积的经验，你成功的经验带到今天，你可以成功的完成了一项很好的工作，带领了一队的队员达到多少的金额的销售，多少的客户名单。在未来的时候，那如果摩根大通的目标对象是最富裕的一群，你已经是积累了那么多的客户，你是不是可以把他们带到摩根大通？那这样子你的人才库、你的资源、你的人脉就丰富了。所以当你回答的时候 ，the most important thing is you know what you can bring forward, your value, your credential to the new company. So this is something that we want our student can understand. But back to here, the student joining our interview training, not only the elementary or advanced student, their range is basically from beginner to advanced level, or even up to native Mandarin speakers. And also for the job applied, the job title could be from university intern up to partner, managing director grade. So we could help different people's mentality and different language range to deliver what exactly you want to say and showcase your capability. And then you have a better chance to win over your competitors. So this is what I want to share with you with one example from a different bank transfer with a bigger selling AUM and bigger portfolios. So John, you want anything that you want to add?
We've kind of mentioned elements of our secret sauce or the coaching methodology, but I'm keen to share with our audience exactly what is our methodology for the job interview. But maybe you've got one more example, Vienne. Did you have one more example job interview question? That,
yes.
You got a before and an after case?
Yes. So we have 60 questions is ready for students to learn, to study, and prepare themselves. But today we only chose 3 to share. So another very common question is a kind of, we say, Bible question. You need to prepare the number 3 question that already shared in our slide here. That will be, what can you bring to our company? So this is really direct. Or in other phrases, they could ask, why do you want to work here? So here I give you the summary. Number 1, we always say, make your mentality, set a good attitude first. Make it the company first. So here again, all the question from question 1 to the last question, you need to always thinking about the company that you're going to join. Thinking about what's the missions, the culture, and the trend of the market. This is as critical, most important. You need to do your research before that. Even though you understand this, and then you have to prepare, well prepared. Everything is formed well prepared. No one be lucky, just success, just go there. Okay, so how can we answer this question? We'll go back to the formula then. I'll give you like the 3 S: success, strength, and situation. So what does that mean? I'll explain that in English first and give you some Chinese. So next time we need to prepare the script in Chinese, easy for people to refer to. But everything will be in the Finance Mandarin AI platform. You can log in and study anytime, anywhere. So when people ask you, what can you bring to our company? First, you need to, again, company focus. You could talk about your past success in the current financial situation. Like, again, what kind of KPI, finance KPI that you have achieved. If you're not in sales, you're in compliance, then what kind of like the training and education or standard that you have been launched out different campaign. You must showcases your successful past record. Second part, you move to what's your strength, your personality, whether you are people-oriented, you are outgoing, that you could pick up the phone and make a cold call, or you're good at marketing, that you are good at understand the data analyzing, or technical engineering. You need to emphasize your strength. So combine your success and your strength together, and then you have to mention you can transfer all those past success experience and your strength, that you're solid yourself, personality, technical know-how, to the new job environment, that what situation. If you're looking for like a sales director job, you're working from like a selling software, compliance software, and then you need to emphasize how can you increase like your past track record in sales, and then your never give up attitude to make cold call and do market research and find out the target clients. How can you to manage the data, or using what kind of Salesforce or different kind of a CRM to make the data. And then again, you also have to think about what are the new situation. Nowadays, data management, data privacies, and clients data privacy, and ALM, anti-money laundering, all the policies is issue. You need to understand if there's a China market, if your client is a China institutional, you have to understand all the China's regulators. For example, do you know PBOC, CBIRC, CSRC, and SAFE? So in the Finance Mandarin here, you will be equipped in the first couple lessons. You understand all about the China regulator trend, so as you can sell the AML compliance software better to your client. What can you solve the problem? So if you can emphasize, you have the success, past track record in sales, and then you have your own strength as a sales, as a top rainmaker, what kind of characteristic? Never give up, good analytical skill, and then bring into you understand the company facing what kind of trend and the mega trend and situation and the macro and the policy. You can all incorporate together to make yourself stand out from the crowd. And then you definitely outshine of all the others. Say it all from your heart. So in Finance Mandarin here, all the finance regulator immediately will show you the PBOC, 央行, 银保监会, 证监会, 外管局. So what are the chairman? Latest, we have the new issue of all the regulation we will share with you and prepare you to talk from your heart and persuade and win your job over. So this is another good example. How can we answer to this kind of question? Tara, go to the next one. What I want to emphasize is this part here, speaking from the heart. Done your preparation, you understand what the company is looking for. You tailor your resume, your experience to fit for the job. So you can be the winner. So here that what I want to share with you, how can we tackle these three questions with Finance Mandarin? Linguistic, speaking, role plays, and of course we have a lot of video tape as well, and then cover for the client we serve. So we chose our client because we can serve the best with our clients. With our 20 years experience, if we combine with others experienced top trainer, that will be 100-year experience. Target for our clients here, we understand their daily trend, their newsletter, their market performance, even their stocks as well. We know who's in, who's out, who get promoted, who's got another turnover. So that's why we open to all people in the financial market. If you want to prepare for your next job interview, pitching, I think that's very good to come to Finance Mandarin. John, anything that you want to add?
Yes, I kind of wanted to pull things together. You've mentioned all the elements in a couple of example cases there, Vienne, but I wanted to add a little bit about Finance Mandarin and Finance English, what makes us unique. I mean, there's plenty of consultants and coaches out there who's helping for job interview, but our particular focus area is a job interview that's not in your first language and in the financial sector, in the financial market. So for Finance Mandarin, our clients that we serve are non-Mandarin native speakers, but they're going for a job using Mandarin. So prepare for the interview in the financial market. The interview's in Mandarin, and Mandarin is not your first language. Now, similarly for Finance English, we help our clients prepare for interview for a job in the financial market. The interview is in English, but English is not your first language. So it's the preparation for an interview, but it's not your native tongue. It's crossing over the channel. Next slide, if you could, please.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I guess a lot of people will be asking exactly how do we do that? What's our coaching method? And, you know, we're happy to share our secret sauce. And I guess the first thing is to, in your mother tongue, in your first language that you have natural ability with, let's have a careful look at your answers, the message. We've got some structure and some tips that Vienne has shown you to get your message clear. It's got to be clear and simple in your mother tongue, and even with some practice in that. So you can present your ideas and your answers clearly to benefit yourself by benefiting the company that you're interviewing for. Okay, once we've got that sorted out, then we switch to your second language. If it's with Finance Mandarin and a Mandarin interview, that second language would be Mandarin. Now we look at what's your level, vocabulary, pronunciation, the kind of mechanics of the language. But that's only after you've got your message sorted out. Finally, we'll have a look at your presentation skills. There's a few simple things. If it's a Zoom interview, you should still dress professionally, even one level above. So a tie is always a good thing. And there's also some simple things. not too far away from the camera, not too close to the camera. So there's some very simple things to help you with your presentation skills. Pauses, pronunciation, and your word choice as well. Maybe the final element, which we think is fairly unique to our coaching service, is about the China market knowledge. You know, you need to arrive at an interview fairly well prepared, not only about yourself and the target company, but also about the market in general. So, for example, there was a meeting yesterday that Xi Jinping chaired, and it was talking about regulating the financial sector, in particular fintech. And that was kind of the surface, the published policy that came out of that meeting. But underneath that, there were some fairly important implications. For example, it was mentioned but not highlighted about data restriction. So for example, a fund that collects investments inside China, the data on those Chinese citizen investments will not be allowed outside China. So that means for a foreign entity with headquarters in the US or Europe, they will not have access to that data. So what that's basically done is split the data structure of funds into onshore and offshore. And there are quite some serious implications for that. There was another very interesting message which was not said there. There's the finance working group, which is chaired by one of the more senior members of the China government, is Liu He. And Liu He wasn't mentioned in the meeting. So does that perhaps mean that there's some bigger things planned for Liu He? Well, we're not sure. But if you can arrive at an interview prepared with this sort of information, I mean, this was only released yesterday. Even better if you're a non-Mandarin speaker, but you can discuss some of that in Mandarin, you're certainly going to outshine the other candidates for the interview. And as Vienne said, it's from your heart. I mean, if you picked up on all that and you arrive at an interview like that, it's pretty easy to tell that your heart is fully committed and you're very interested, and you'll have a much greater chance of success for the interview. So that's our secret sauce, and we're happy to share with it. And we're happy to serve our clients.
Well said, absolutely, John. You mentioned about very well. So now you think about this as a tailor-made coaching services, and how can you, using the very cost-effective way, to enjoy this training. So we only offer that today for our clients for this VIP package, and then we can help you for resume, polishing, and prepare for your finance job interview, including one very important output is 1 minute self-introduction that you can share in your LinkedIn or send it out for your potential employer. That would be a very good for make yourself stand out. Nowadays, a lot of interview will be done in Zoom with a video. So we will help you in different ways. We have another training section for executive presence. So this will be, we're going to have another event soon. This is a special offer that we want you to join today. So later on, contact our marketing team, then we will be offering this for you for today. So this is very good move for you, a cost-effective way. Invest on yourself today. So Tara, that's what we'll share for today, and let you to round it up.
Right. Thank you, Vienne and John, for your sharing today. Indeed, the key element in a job interview is what value you can bring to the company. And in order to showcase your talent and your skills, this is where Finance Mandarin and Finance English can help you. If you are a senior finance executive who is targeting the China capital market, come to Finance Mandarin. We help you to gain firsthand China market knowledge and polish your business Mandarin communication skills. Or if you are a banker, a lawyer, or a professional financial advisor who wishes to polish your business English presentation and leadership coaching, come to Finance English. With our advanced AI learning platform, you'll be able to gain access to course content whenever you are. For more course details and tips for learning Mandarin and English, follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Book your trial class now with us. I thank you once again for joining us today, and I hope to see you again in the future. Thank you.